whilst we can all enjoy walking around Art Dubai at a leisurely pace and taking it all in at our pace. I have a feeling our next guest has been racing around for months now leading up to the event proper. Please welcome Benedetta Ghione, the Executive Director at Art Dubai, who joins us live yet again on DXB today. Good to see you, Benedetta.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being on board as always. I'm sure all is in full flow at the moment as you gear up for yet another big Art Dubai. I want to get a bit of an indication, if we can, about the fair itself and the fair floor, as you call it, as well. Because I know that you're always very keen, and so we were just suggesting there, this melting pot of nationalities and representing different cities within one fair floor, etc. What are we seeing this year? Are we seeing a cross-pollination of cultures coming out and creating something unique?
Yeah, I mean, as you say, I think that's always been a huge part of the DNA of Art Dubai. And in many ways, in that we reflect our city, right? Our home city of Dubai. The idea with Art Dubai is that we want it to be a fair of discovery. So you come and you will see something that you may not have seen before, or you will see it in a different kind of context. So yes, we have about 120 presentations from 60 cities. So that gives you an indication of just how diverse the presentation is. And then we also try to be a platform for underrepresented geographies, stories, and artists. And you know, there's increasing kind of interest around the Gulf as a cultural hub and center. And to us, it's really important that as this interest increases and more people come into the city, what they see remains diverse, exciting, and in some ways different.
Extraordinary.
It is such a creative playground, so to speak, because you have your different sections, the modern, contemporary, digital, bawaba. What would you say makes each one of these special, and how exactly does it help visitors navigate through these diverse voices who are there to show their work?
So I was so pleased to hear you guys discussing the fact that the fair feels legible and approachable. That's really critical to us. And in a way, the sections are also thought about in that way, because it's a bit like giving someone a map and trying to point them to certain groupings of works or of ideas that we feel make sense. So contemporary is our largest section. You see some of the world's best galleries like Perrotin, and you also see amazing regional and local representation from the likes of Sver Semler, the Third Line, and others. What we do in Bawaba is that we try to foreground brand new work that has been made in the past year. And this work is really thinking about contemporary concerns. So it's a way of taking the pulse, I guess, of what is going on societally. Art Dubai Digital, which is now in its 4th year, is looking this year specifically at AI, which obviously is of such interest more broadly, and we're trying to think about how to bring that into the conversation around art. And then we have Art Dubai Modern, that is looking at ways in which artists in different geographies, again, most of them underrepresented, have been thinking about specific joint concerns and how these are in dialogue.
Wow. Well, you know, what we were discussing earlier was, you know, kind of the type of people that would be coming along to Art Dubai. I imagine it's evolved over the years. You know, family friendly, people want to come along. They might not have a invested interest in art, so to say, professionally, but also just to come along to enjoy. So where has the focus really been for the team to you know, I guess, market out Art Dubai, and who are we trying to bring in this year?
So our focus is everywhere at all times, all at once.
Yeah.
And the idea is to try and make the experience meaningful for all of these very different audiences. I really think of Art Dubai as a kind of 5-day pop-up museum. It's really that. You know, you have some of the best artists from all over the world under one roof. So for families, the idea is to make this easy to navigate and to gain entry points, whether they be workshops or activities or things that, you know, a whole family can do and enjoy together. If you're a season collector, it's about making sure that your experience is smooth, that you have everything you need in advance, that you're made to feel special. And, you know, more importantly, I think if you're part of the overall community, what we try and really convey through everything that we do and how we communicate is that this is the city's fair and that we just really want everyone to come along.
I know it's unfair to ask you for favourites, so I'm not going to do that one. But in terms of installations and commissions that you've got, some of the sort of standout pieces, what are the ones not to be missed this year?
So I would say digital is hitting strong this year in terms of installations. We have 2 fantastic works, one by Ouch Studio and one by Breakfast. I think those are going to be super Instagrammable and hopefully enjoyed by all. And then we also have a major new commission by Hector Zamora. I'm really proud about that because he's making a work for the fair, but it will also be activated at Al Cercal Avenue,
Wow.
with whom we have a partnership. So this idea of doing something but making sure that it extends beyond the walls of the fair and beyond the timeline of the event and leaves an impact is important to us.
You've also got some exciting collaborations this year, like the BMW's Art Car Tour, for example. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? And also, is it the first time that you're having such collaborations?
No, so our Dubai is really built on partnerships in many different ways with government and with corporate. So we're very lucky to have amazing partners and we work really closely together. So we have ARM Holding, who hosts a vast educational program that's now in its 5th year. We have Julius Baer. We're going to be talking about their major commission celebrating their 10th year anniversary. In a moment, we have BMW that are showing their Andy Warhol art car in celebration of 50 years of artistic patronage. We have Piaget, who are commissioning an amazing Kuwaiti artist to bring a new work to the fair. And we have Huna, who has an expanding cultural year-round program. So in many, many ways, a lot of what happens at the fair is also powered and enabled by our partners.
See, art really is culture, I guess, essentially, and they blend into each other so beautifully. When you spoke about the fact that you have a talk program and you have many talks that are being held, I got excited when you said that because I think that the language and, you know, the conversations around art are really important as well. Can you tell us a bit more about your talks program?
Yeah, so we have an extensive, potentially, some say too large, live program of talks, and they range widely. So our kind of hero talks offering is called the Global Art Forum, and every year it tries to take the pulse of the current moment through the lens of culture. So it's trying to think about what people are really thinking about now, and it's called the New Normal. It's commissioned by Shumon Bassar, and it's going to be looking at this kind of rapidly changing world and how people can keep up with that, but again, through the lens of art and culture. And then we have a number of other talks offerings. We have the Digital Summit, which is going to be bringing kind of critical conversations around digital art and what is next in digital art to the forefront. We have modern and we have collector talks that are held in partnership with the Dubai Collection. And through those, you'll be able to hear firsthand from collectors, from artists, and from people really shaping the conversation.
Yeah, wow. Now I feel a bit more versed in the art space. So now I feel like I know what I'm doing. Thank you for that, Benedetta. But you're going to be staying with us as we dive even deeper. But next up, we will be talking to a very well-known Emirati artist who will be taking part in Art Dubai. So stay tuned.